Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today we have, again, one of my most carried of the month videos. This is for November of 2020. I'm putting this up on December 1st. Yeah, a lot of changes this month. Kind of got reacquainted with some old stuff. Had some new stuff come in that is kind of... it caught my fancy, as we'll say. And I have one honorable mention. So I usually do top 5. I have one honorable mention. The honorable mention is this Cold Steel Recon 1. I had a video a while ago. I had you guys seem to really respond on the video a lot more than I expected, honestly. Like, help me choose my jacket knife. Why do I call it my jacket knife? It's winter time. My winter jacket has a left chest pocket that's perfect just for keeping a knife. It's like an outside access left chest pocket. I keep something pretty big in there usually. Had a few choices. I'm going to link to that video down below. This is the one that won. The Cold Steel Recon 1 Tanto. It's the S35VN, one of the newer ones. Sadly, not one of the XHPs. I had a couple of those. I should have kept one of them. I did not. But I do really like this knife a whole lot. And it does work awesome just to ride around in the jacket. I know I have a big tactical knife if I need it. And I like Tantos, and the Recon one is just awesome, and they're not horribly expensive. They're like right around $100, so pretty good knife to have in that spot. I highly recommend it if you just want to get a knife to leave in your jacket, have an extra hundo to spare. Not a bad choice. The rest of these I'm going to do in no particular order other than the most carried. I will start out with, I guess we'll just go a little left to right. We have the Spartan Harsey folder, 3.25 inch. I love the Harsey folder. It's been in my lists a lot. It may make my most carried of the year at the end of the year when I do that. I'll put that out like later in December. But just a great knife. It's just smaller. But I still like everything about it that I like about the full size. This just one's a bit littler, and it's a newer one, so I've been carrying this one more than the full size. I don't know which one I prefer, honestly. I think I might prefer the larger one a little bit more. This is S45VN. They've upgraded that. These are just awesome knives. Not inexpensive, but not too terrible. I do love that they changed that. The way they laser engrave everything now looks really great. Really nice knife. And thank you very much to Spartan for letting me give one of these away. Lucky viewer won one of these for my 20,000 sub giveaway. So it's really, really great knife. I do very much love the Spartan Harsey folder, and yeah, it's new. That's part of the reason why I've carried it so much, but I will link down below. I think I've only done an unboxing on this. I don't know if I did the full review or not on it. I can't remember. I can't recall off the top of my head. Next up, one that has kind of snuck back in, I guess. This is the Quiet Carry Waypoint. About $295. They are not inexpensive, but Vanek steel titanium with titanium handles with an LC200 and liner lock. This is completely corrosion resistant, and I have tested that thoroughly in salt water and everything, and it's been fine. Love this knife. I kind of stopped carrying it. Part of the reason why was because they weren't available, and every time I showed it, somebody would snap at me about it. Spoiler alert, they're not available again. They've sold out again, but they did come back in stock again, which made me put it in a few more videos, which made me remember how much I liked it. So this was in the pocket quite a bit. It's just a completely worry-free knife, and it's very nice hollow grind, very slicey knife, very, very comfortable in the hand. I like the way it looks. It's slim, it's light. Lots of stuff to love about the Quiet Carry Waypoint. Next up, we're going to jump around a bit. Next up, this is, I don't know why, but since I got this thing, this is a Microtech Combat Troodon Hellhound, which is pretty much the most ridiculous Microtech you can get without going into the full custom Marfione stuff. The most expensive knife that I own. Definitely the most expensive knife straight out the box. I have a couple Hinderers that I've modified with Hinderer parts that might be more, but if they are, it's not by much. This was $683. I remember very specifically because as a reviewer, I don't often have to pay retail for stuff. Sometimes I do, but I don't often have to. This one I paid full boat $683 for, and I will never forget that because that's the most I've ever spent on a knife in a long, ever period, I think. But I do love it. It's just, this is the distressed gray. It's not old and beat up. It came this way, and I love the way it looks. It has the apocalyptic finish. I love the way it looks just because you don't have to worry about it. I highly recommend if you buy Microtech. This is my favorite finish. It comes on, you can get this as an option on almost all Microtechs, and it's pre-beat up. You don't have to have that first scratch worry, you know? I also have a Bounty Hunter UTX 85, which is a fairly limited edition knife, but I still don't worry about carrying it because if I get a scratch on it, no one's going to know because it came scratched up. So I don't know why I keep carrying this thing all the time, but man, I just see it and I just grab it and I put it in my pocket, and I love it. I never thought it would get many miles on it, and it's getting a lot. And it does have a bit of a lighter spring than even... So I had a UTX 85, a regular one, an older one from like 2016, 2017. The spring was pretty heavy. Got my Bounty Hunter, spring was a little lighter. This is even lighter. This is honestly easier to open and close than my UTX 85 Bounty Hunter. And I love that about it. It's just... it's big, it's stupid, it's ridiculous. It scares the neighbors, it scares the children. It makes women go barren, but I love it. I just think it's fantastic. Next up, a budget option. I did carry something inexpensive. I know that sometimes people get upset because these are all higher end knives, but you know, I have access to them, so that's what I carry. This is the Ferrum Forged Stinger. $90 and Nitro V steel, G10, made by We. I love this thing. You are going definitely, absolutely 100% sure see this on my best knives of the year under $100. I don't know if it's going to win or not. It has one knife in particular that's very stiff competition, but it still stands a really good chance because this is just a great knife. Very thin, slicey blade, Nitro V steel. And I like Nitro V. It's cool, and you don't see it that often in production knives, especially in folders. So pretty neat to see that. Very comfortable. It has a very good, generous forward finger choil if you want to use it. If not, still fits all four fingers. It's just the right size. It's the right weight. It's a cool steel. It's very well made. It has a cool brand cachet to it, being a Ferrum Forge, and excellent deep carry pocket clip. This is just an outstanding knife. They could have charged $150 for this, and I'd be raving about it just as much as I am at $90. Just a fantastic knife. If you can get your hands on one of these, go get one. I think they're still available a few places, but outstanding knife. But the one that I've carried the most is my custom shop Benchmade Bugout. If you don't know what the custom shop is, you go on Benchmade's site. You can customize several different models. They just added the Bugout and earlier this year. And I will say this was provided by Benchmade. They allowed me to order one gratis, so thank you very much to them for that. But yeah, this is gray G10 M4 blade. You can't get an uncoated M4 blade. Bit disappointed by that, but I do like the coating on this one. It looks all right, and it's held up really well. As you can tell, this is my most carried knife of this month. I chose the purple thumb studs and the purple standoffs natch, but nice deep carry clip, the standard Bugout clip. I do have to admit, if I was not a knife reviewer, I'd probably carried this every day this month. I try and switch stuff around. You know, like some of the days I carry the Stinger because I'm doing knife of the year. That's in my mind right now, so I'm trying to, you know, carry some of the contenders. And I wanted to carry this just to experience it more. But man, if I wasn't a knife reviewer, it would have been really hard to keep this out of my pocket every single day of the month. It's just a fantastic knife. I love the Bugout. I love the size. I love the ergos. With the G10 scales and the M4 blade, it's just that much better, and it looks great. And it came, you know, broken in really well. I didn't have to like deal with a break-in process. I had a little bit of block stick when I first got it for like a day, but man, I just love this thing. I just recently did one of those there could be only one videos, but if I redid it, I don't know. It might be this, even though it's $240 in this configuration. You can get customs in the custom shop for less than that if you stick with the Grivery handles and things like that. But if you just want to change the colors, but if you want to go full outlaw like I did, it costs a bit more. But yeah, just an outstanding knife. I just always like the Bugout, and this is just, the custom shop one is just that much better. And it did not take long to get. I was going to say, if you have the patience, you don't need much patience. I ordered this, and I think it shipped 10 days later. And maybe they might have known it was for me. They might have rushed it, but I don't think so, because I've seen a whole lot of people that ordered them. I actually got mine late because they emailed me a code to go get one, and I didn't know that it was in my email. I missed it. So I ordered it late. But I know a lot of guys got them, you know, they just bought them, and I think it only takes like a week, 10 days, and they ship. So not bad at all, I have to say. For a customized knife to ship in that amount of time, not too shabby. Highly recommend the Bugout, and especially in this version. Yes, it is expensive, but I've said before in another video, when I did the full video about this, if you bought a Bugout and customized it and put these parts on it, you know, if you got custom color standoffs and thumb studs, and you put, you know, G10 aftermarket G10 scales on it, you would have at least this much money into it, and you wouldn't have an M4 blade. You'd still have the S30V. You can get this in M4, the standard S30V, 20CV. You wouldn't have as good a steel in the blade, and you'd probably have just as much money, if not more, into it. So I recommend the custom shop. If they have a configuration that you like, then go check that out. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.